Everyone, for those of you tuning in for the first time, my name is Sammie Johannes and I'm an under 56 powerlifter based in Perth, Western Australia. Today I'm going to be taking you through my first week of training, which was the week starting the 8th of June. If we look at day 1, which is my first bench day of the week, it did not go to plan. So firstly, I was slipping on the bench because of my leggings. It turns out my leggings don't like the AMFX benches. And I then also was having trouble locking out my left arm on my last few sets of Spoto press. So this was due in part, I think, to tricep tightness. So I had to spend some time trying to loosen that over the week. Day 2 was my deadlifts, and these moved really well considering I hadn't deadlifted in about 6 weeks. I was supposed to hit RPE 8 and they felt more like an RPE 6 at 90 kilos. So very excited with how quickly they bounced back. I did run into some issues with my RDLs. The reason for that being my brain seemed to have forgotten how to do them over the break, and I was really hard on my lockout at the top instead of making it a very smooth, continuous movement. So that's a big focus for my next few weeks, is really getting that movement to be more continuous and stopping that hard lockout. Day 3, which was the Friday, was my second bench session. And despite having some niggles through my right shoulder, this felt amazing. We've decided to move my grip out 2 extra fingers, making it a bit wider and really playing to my teacup human leverages, reducing that range of motion. I then followed that with some dumbbell bench, and that moved really well. The niggle in my shoulder was present, but not so bad that I couldn't get through the movement. What I did find challenging on this day is these torturous, as I like to call them, partial then full dips. So John Meadows has shown these in one of his videos on his channel, and the aim is to do 5 partials then 5 full reps to really target pec minor, which is actually a very big weakness of mine. So we'll see if we can keep incorporating them in some way, shape or form, but with how my shoulders felt, it wasn't the best. My final day of the week was squats, and these moved really well. The working sets at 80 were great, despite doing 7 reps on each set. But the challenge came when it came to my pause squats. So normally I just squat ass to grass, especially in sleeves, but I do have a problem in my wraps where I struggle to find depth. So the aim of these pause squats was to get me to find that point about an inch below depth and pause there for a couple of seconds and then drive back up. What happened was I couldn't find that point, so they were all miles too high. So we'll see if they improve over the next week. So that concludes my first weekly recap for GPC States. Stay tuned for next week's.